gosh. What a week. The house flooded the other day. Oh my gosh. It's just pouring in. It's getting worse. And it's like just keeps coming in from more and more places. It's all discolored there. It's just dripping down. I've never seen this many lightning strikes. So this is our rental house. I let the landlord know, and then they said restoration people, and here I thought typically they just kind of cut a hole or something, but no, I guess that's not what they do. They came and they set up these industrial size and strength fans and a dehumidifier. Let me show you this. Yeah, so I can't even talk over those fans. So there's two fans going and one a dehumidifier, and as you can see, those fans have grates on them, but they're not like small enough of a grate where basically babylirious would be able to fit her hand in there. So she's not allowed and hasn't been allowed to go into that main area since, oh gosh, Sunday night. So she's getting a little stir crazy, having less of an area to wander around in. It wouldn't be so bad because we have a playroom upstairs with the TV and stuff, and it's like a whole second living room, except it is also a record-breaking temperature week. So it's been in the upper 80s the past few days, and it's gonna be in the mid to upper 90s towards the end of this week. And the problem is the air conditioner cannot keep up on summer days like that. You know, it's springtime. When the sun hits the windows on that side, it just bakes that room. The air conditioner can't keep up through the house. So yeah, it's been a little frustrating with that. And here we can see all the damage. This has all had water coming through at some point, just dripping on through, all out onto the floor. And turn around and wait, that's not all. It's up on this side too. Still all was dripping down. This is the stuff, like, I don't know why those restoration people taped this all up like this. So I gave a full 48 hours for their system they thought would work to dry it out. That had those two massive industrial size and strength fans that were not safe for our toddler, as well as that giant, huge, and heat putting out humidifier. Again, neither of those things were safe for our toddler. They shook the whole place. The place was hot. There was grates, and kids could stick their hands to the grates. And full 48 hours. At this point, any water that was left anyway would have made mold. They said it was still damp, and I was like, well, this isn't working. I told them that I would leave it on overnight, just had to turn it off during the day. And this guy, I don't know what the heck was wrong with this guy. But he was like, no, must be on 24 hours a day or I'm taking my machines. And I was, you know, I'm not a liar, so I was like, okay, I guess. But it was really, really weird. And then I had to explain that to the landlord. And then I took a bunch of evidence about how we did leave it on for so long, and also about how there's already rotting wood, because apparently this leak has been going on for a while within the ceiling and the wall, and it just finally started coming through. So it's now August, I'm editing this video, and it's still not completely fixed. They've repaired the roof twice, and sometimes it still goes through. Today we have another huge issue on top of everything with that. So this is something I've known about and we had an appointment for a while. Littlelirious, and say hi. And say hi. Littlelirious has had issues with UTIs probably since she was born, but we noticed, well, I noticed in, I noticed in January, she was born in December, and I noticed in January that there was like a smell to her, like pee in her diaper, and it just, to me, smelled like an infection. Like it just smelled off. I still kind of have like that mommy bloodhound nose thing going on that happens when you have a baby. So it just smelled off to me. So I took her to her pediatrician, they tested, and sure enough, she had a UTI. So they also did the culture too. That came back a few days later though, but they started her right away on an antibiotic. And I got the culture, and it was 2 different types of bacteria. And the antibiotic didn't help. The smell went away for a few days, but then I noticed it again. And on top of that, I got those like at-home urinary test strips, and then when I ran one of those under repeat, it like immediately, right away, turned bright purple. So then I called back, we went back in, they do it again, and then sure enough, yes, she's positive again, and it didn't fix it. So then they try a different antibiotic, and that still did nothing. So by this point, they refer her to a pediatric urologist, and the pediatric urologist took a look. We're at this time waiting on another urine culture to come back from her primary care doctor, so the urologist was waiting on to hear from that. But he said if she still gets any more UTIs or has them, then it could be this other issue, which name I'm gonna butcher. It's like a vesicular, I don't know, vesicular reflux. That's off of memory. I'm probably saying it totally wrong, but it's basically a urinary reflux, where a lot like reflux from your stomach going up your esophagus. Well, it's your bladder and the tubes from your bladder that go back up to like your kidneys and stuff. Urine, for some reason, can go back up through those, and apparently it's not uncommon either. Like 1% of babies and kids can have this. That was like a scarier thing though, because it's like, what do you mean? So we had scheduled this test to see if that's what it is. It's kind of an invasive one. It's an imaging test called a voiding cystogram. Basically, what they're gonna have to do, poor Littlelirious here, is put a catheter in her bladder, and then I guess put dye in her bladder, and then they do imaging while she's peeing, pretty much, out that contrast dye. And I feel so bad for her to have to go through this, because she's just so happy and such a little sweetie. And it doesn't sound uncomfortable, it sounds a little painful with the catheter, but we have to go there this morning. So we woke up early, in part because the roofers had to come, but also because we gotta go to her appointment at the radiologist. And I'm nervous because how many have they done these on babies? Are they gonna numb her first? I hope. Is she gonna react okay? Is this gonna like traumatize her? You go down. I'm gonna get ready now, get her ready, and we're going to go in a few minutes.